Yo, here we are, week 17 in the NFL already. Boy, oh boy, where has the season gone? We're just 1 week away from 2 weeks left of the regular season. Madden had a down week, which I saw coming. I thought Pittsburgh would pull it out. They had some heavy hearts, and they did. Raiders, disappointing as usual, but we move on. Week 17 is upon us. We have playoff implications, as you know, and we are going to the NFC South, where we have the Carolina Panthers take on Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and if Tampa Bay gets the win, they win the South and they move on. So no further ado, let's head down to Tampa. And boy, oh boy, what a season it has been.
It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Oh yeah, that's right, Sam Darnold.
It'll be no holds barred between NFC South rivals. It's the Panthers and the Bucs, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
These two teams met earlier in the season, and it was in Carolina, and Tampa Bay got a whooping.
This time of year than this one right here, Tampa, Florida.
When was that?
James Stadium. Today we've got an NFC South matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, come on. Tampa Bay, it's clear and cut for them. They win. They're in. They win the South. The horrible South. And potentially prevents from having a losing record.
How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take
they met, oh, that was early in the season. They met back in,
people after my own heart.
Oh, let's see. Better weeks. They played each other in week 7. And Carolina just went all over them. Here we go, week 7. Yeah. At the time, that was Carolina's second win of the season. Tampa Bay would suffer their 4th loss. And, it was just nailed down. But just quickly looking at the NFC South, it's just ridiculous. Tampa Bay at 7-8, Carolina 6-9, New Orleans at 6-9, Atlanta 5-10. Atlanta cannot win the South.
This fielded right at the goal line.
Right? I guess
decent
not.
Return out to the 27-yard line. We see Carolina's offense getting set for their first possession here. And at quarterback, his second season with the Panthers, Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is, we know the skill set is there.
ESPN says they've been eliminated, so we'll just go with that.
But usually plays with really good points, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball.
But we'll recap week 16 in a little bit and look at the standings. I mean, like I said, last week we had Las Vegas versus Pittsburgh. It was slow. It was low scoring, cold, and the Steelers had more to play for.
Darnold going to throw right away. He'll fight his man.
No, they had more to play for. It felt like the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception, the recent passing of Franco Harris, Mike Tomlin trying to avoid that losing record. He's just 2 wins away, or a win and a tie away from avoiding yet another losing season. Unlike Josh McDaniels, who is now 6-9, and
took just one play to move all the
he's still employed.
To the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman.
Oh, wait.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as good running gets him to about
Raiders
the
got on the board first with a touchdown, then
Well, no slow start here. A couple of nice chunk plays
Raiders.
back to back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball first down for a nice chunk.
The Steelers got a field goal late.
Right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Just before, or just after 2-minute warning, and the Raiders take a 10-3 lead at half, just before halftime. But then the Steelers get a field goal.
Territory now, it's first and 10
about
at the
9.5-minute mark in the fourth quarter, and then seal the deal.
Again, it's Foreman.
They're missing
down to the 41.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that.
Oh no, he got a touchdown. Okay, that's wrong. That's how I'm right. And they got a touchdown late in the game. Yeah, that's it.
Nice job there.
And the Raiders just couldn't do anything. So
the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Before we get to the rest of the games on Christmas Eve, we had the Thursday night game. Jacksonville just destroying the Jets. Destroying the Jets on Thursday Night Football, giving Jacksonville the inside track to the AFC South, and that is interesting. Because you got Jacksonville now is 7-8. Like I said, they have the inside track. They faced Tennessee week 18. Division's on the line. That's a potential week 18 matchup we might simulate. There's a lot of week 18. It just depends on what happens this week.
They were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
But
so on 4th down, here's Johnny Hacker to punt away.
Let's hang on. We'll get to the rest of the games in a minute.
There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Well, for a little bit, we thought his story had concluded, but not to be. Here's Tom Brady in his 23rd NFL season, leading the Bucs offense out once again.
And at one point, he announced to the NFL world that he had accomplished everything he needed to and was going to retire, but then reversed that decision. And I think everyone who likes football loves the fact that he's still out there throwing it around and still at the top of his game. In a career that's seen and accomplished just about everything, he figured there was always room to add to that legacy.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They start to drive with White. Gets past one man. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves it with 2
okay, so most of the games we played on Christmas Eve this year because they only want to save a few games for Christmas Day. Like last year, there was 2 games on Christmas Day, and that was on Saturday. Then the rest of the slate were on Sunday.
Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And the day after Christmas.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette.
But you had Buffalo getting the win over Chicago easily. The Saints, the up and down Saints beat the up and down Browns. Kansas City gets the win over Seattle. Minnesota, as usual, pulls one out late in the game to win another one-possession game over the Giants.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Cincinnati goes into New England, takes care of the business there, where it looked like New England had a chance to.
Here's Brady to throw.
Looking for Godwin, and they had a chance at the end to get the win, but a costly fumble. Carolina, these Panthers ran all over Detroit. Ran all over them. Baltimore took care of business against Atlanta, clinching a playoff berth. Cincinnati got a playoff berth.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White.
The Texans got their 2nd win of the season against Tennessee. And Tennessee's playoff hopes are getting shattered. Washington loses to the 49ers. The Commanders, they have they control their own destiny. If they'll do.
It's Brady.
Just like the Giants, both teams have to win out to make the playoffs. 49ers, they have a slim opportunity to get number 1 seed now. They haven't lost. They've won 8 in a row. We'll look at them in a minute.
They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
And then the Cowboys beat the Eagles. I mean, Eagles had Minshew mania. He wasn't really running wild, but he did a decent job. We already talked about Steelers. Christmas Day. Woo. There was a Christmas miracle. My Green Bay Packers get the W in Miami, showing that, yes, they can win in Florida. But now, after 3 drives and interceptions in the second half, Tua is in concussion protocol. And those sleuths on social media say, see here, this is where he got concussion. And his stats have got sucked. And then apparently yesterday or Monday or whatever, Tua came in and said, I don't feel so good. I have this and got in the protocol. See, they should have done something in the game. It's like, you don't know. There's been plenty of times where players get annihilated. Like last week, Justin Jefferson. What? He went in the blue tent, did a quick concussion protocol twice, and no, you're fine. And then there's Tua. It's like, no signs, no nothing. Like, oh, he has to have a concussion. He's throwing the game. And then next day, yeah, he's protocol. Let's say what you will. Green Bay stays alive because we'll get. I said we'll get the playoff. We'll get the playoffs in a little bit because Green Bay needed Washington, New York, Seattle, and Detroit lose on Saturday. They did. Green Bay gets the win. They semi-control their own path. They just need New York to lose out or Washington to lose one of the next 2, which is both very plausible, but not practical. Then we saw the LA Rams beat the Broncos so bad that the Broncos fired their head coach, Nathaniel Hackett. It was more or less, they knew that they were going to fire Nathaniel Hackett.
Now back to the ground game with
when and that performance on Christmas Day was all it took. Then Tampa Bay, these Buccaneers had a win against Arizona in overtime. That's how bad the NFC South has been. And on Monday night, we had the Chargers destroy the Colts to clinch a playoff berth.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 12-yard line.
I think there are technically 2 playoff spots left in the AFC. One's the division title, and that's the AFC South. The other one is the newly 7th seed that was just introduced last year. And that's the thing. Okay? Since they added an extra playoff team for 2 extra spots, 1 for each division, the conference I should say, the AFC would have been pretty much locked up except for the 1 divisional title and seeding. While the NFC, you have the 1 division, 2 divisional titles. The Cowboys could still win at least by me. Basically, you already locked up a playoff spot between the 1 seed and the 5th seed. Okay? Or division title in the 5th seed, I should say. The NFC South is still up for grabs, but like I said, all Tampa Bay has to do is win, they're in, they finish the South. And then you literally have 5 teams fighting for 1 spot, but now you have 5 teams fighting for 2 spots.
coach, don't you? Because he's turning to his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight.
Okay, let's take a look at those standings.
Extra point up and good by Sucker. And that makes the score 7-0.
And boy, before we get Buffalo, the city of Buffalo. I mean, they better hope they don't get any more blizzards between now and the AFC Championship game. Because I swear, because they showed viral photos of the team coming back from Chicago. They had to dig out their vehicles. One guy had at least it looked like 6 feet of snow on top of his car, and he's just driving off. He cleaned off the windshield, he get in his car, and he just left, and it's just...
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto
and
the
that
field
brings up
for
the
their
debate.
second drive.
Are you that, and people that live in the snowy area, are you that guy, that individual, that all you do is scrape enough to see out your windshield and drive, and not clear off all the snow? Like, oh, it'll fly off, and then hit somebody behind you. I mean... I think typically I try clean as much off. Whatever else flies off, flies off.
Here's Darnold.
Oh, he's
Dancing. And he can't find
anyways,
anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
this is what we got.
Levante David making his presence felt in the
1,
backfield.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 teams
There was really no viable option.
are
The
in.
coverage
2
was
spots
too
are
good.
left.
And the defense really quickened
Anyways,
the tempo.
in the
Got
AFC East,
pass
we have
rush
Buffalo.
because there was nowhere for him to
They
go with the football.
clinched
The only place he ended up,
the
down
East
on the ground.
at a record of 12-3. Miami's 8-7, New England 7-8, and the New York Jets are 7-8. All three teams are battling for that final wildcard spot. When it looked like all 4 teams from the AFC East could make the playoffs. Well, none more. 2 at most. I mean, they all... No. Well, yes, technically they could all finish the season with a non-losing record. I'll put it that way.
It can be a thing of beauty, but when it
I highly
doesn't,
doubt it, though.
oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage.
Then, AFC North, the Cincinnati is in first place with 11-4. Baltimore, 10-5. They're just hobbling. They're hobbling into the playoffs. They're hoping to get Lamar Jackson back soon, and that he's healthy.
To throw is Darnold. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. They'll get only a yard.
They're 10-5. Pittsburgh, they're still alive in the playoff hunt, technically.
Good reactions there defensively. That
If they win out, and Miami loses out,
that one down with little gain.
and everyone else loses out somewhat, they can get in at 9-8. But they're 7-8 right now. Cleveland, with their loss against New Orleans this past weekend, is 6-9, and they have been eliminated from the playoffs. AFC South, someone's going to have to win. Someone has to win it. Jacksonville has the inside track at 7-8 with the they must have beat Tennessee that day already. Then Tennessee is 7-8.
And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
But Indianapolis 4-10-1. They just got eliminated from the playoffs, and Houston 2-12-1. They've been eliminated from the playoffs. And out west, Kansas City 12-3. They win yet another AFC West division title. Jeez, it has to be. Let's see. 1, 2, 3,
Working from the gun,
4,
it's Brady.
5.
He's going to have the hook up to Gage.
At least 6 in a row. I think they went from the Broncos, and then they put the switch to Kansas City. Anyways, they're 12-3. Chargers, they played the playoff berth for the first time since 17, I think they said. They're 9-6. Raiders, they technically still have a chance to clinch a playoff berth, which is ridiculous. They're 6-9, and Denver 4-11 has been eliminated from the playoffs. In those last two. When we flip to the NFC,
From midfield, here's Brady. Complete right side to Otten.
In the East,
That's good for a pickup
Philly,
of 10
13-2.
yards.
They just need a win, and they clinch the 1 seed.
Coaches always harp on the
And the
quarterback
East.
reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there.
Florida, Dallas
That's what he
lost.
did after the catch.
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not
Dallas
many guys want to
11-4.
come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On 2nd and inches. Brady, he completes it to Evans.
But if they both finish the season, if they both finish 12-4, Dallas wins the division.
Facing zone coverage if he has just
The Giants, they're 8-6-1, and Washington 7-7-1. Both still trying to stay alive, and that. And both teams could make the playoffs. They got the inside track. All they got to do is both win out. But if they both lose out, potentially they both miss the playoffs. The North. Minnesota 12-3, they division champs. You got Detroit 7-8, Green Bay 7-8, both trying to claw their way into the playoff picture. Then you got Chicago 3-12, eliminated from the playoffs. NFC South, this is ridiculous. Tampa Bay 7-8, Carolina 6-9, New Orleans 6-9, Atlanta 5-10. I can't confirm nor deny that. I mean, they say Atlanta has been eliminated, but New Orleans, Carolina, Tampa Bay all have a chance to win the South. But if Tampa Bay wins one of the next 2 games, all they gotta do is lose. All they have to do is, yeah.
But this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
But Carolina and New Orleans aren't out of it yet. And then the NFC West, the 49ers, where it looked like they were done. But that's why you play 18 weeks. You don't win. It's not how you start the season, how you finish the season. They've won 8 in a row.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They've won 8 in a row.
Into the red zone, it's Brady.
They started to see the first 7 weeks, 8 weeks, they were 7. They were 3-4. And they haven't looked back since. Seattle 7-8. They still have playoffs. They're still trying to get in the playoffs. But then you got Rams 5-10 and Arizona 4-11. Both eliminated from the playoffs. And speaking of Arizona, Wisconsin native defensive end J.J. Watt announced that he is retiring from the NFL at the end of the season. Good for him. A few fond memories from when he was at Wisconsin. Never met the guy, but he gives Wisconsin a good name. He just wants to do good. And hey, the NFL, they still have his little brother TJ. TJ might be running wild. But anyways, sad to hear he's retiring, but maybe it's for the best. But anyways, have him back in the playoff picture, playoff field. This is what we got. 4 teams in the AFC and 4 teams in the NFC have been eliminated. So that leaves 12 teams on each side. But in the AFC, 5 spots have clinched. Needing 1, 2,
out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
7 teams. Well, it's more like 2 teams for one spot and 5 for another. On the AFC side. And on the NFC side, it's 3 for one spot. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for another.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0.
So at the moment, Buffalo is sitting in the 1 seed. They win out. They win. They win the 1 seed. They clinch the 1 seed, and the road to the Super Bowl on the AFC side goes through Buffalo. And Kansas City has the 2 seed at the moment. I mean, hypothetically,
they'll start the drive with a give.
Cincinnati can still win the one seed at 11-4. So the one seed, all three teams, and Cincinnati and Buffalo play each other this weekend on the last Monday night of the season. So if Cincinnati can beat Buffalo, and they already beat Kansas City, they would leapfrog. Unless Kansas City loses. If Kansas City would lose this weekend, they would leapfrog Kansas City and Buffalo to get the one seed. Be sitting in the one seed and into the final week of the regular season. And Cincinnati takes on Baltimore. But they would have clinched the North at the moment. I'm blubbering and blabbering. They would have. No.
Panther football to start quarter
I don't know how that would go. Because, I mean, Buffalo, Kansas City can both lose out and finish 12-5. Okay? Cincinnati could win. They'd be 12-4. And Baltimore wins out. They'd be 12-5 as well.
They are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That zero on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
On is the punter Hecker as he gets
so Baltimore,
this one away.
hypothetically, if for some reason Buffalo and Kansas City both lose out, Baltimore can still get the one seed if they win out.
First and 10. And here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
No, Baltimore won't get the one seed because they need conference records.
Things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect because that means the line's blocking really well.
Baltimore can still win the North if they win out. That's basically
a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner.
Okay.
Give him a game
but at the moment, this is what the playoffs look like. AFC, Buffalo, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, Baltimore, LA Chargers. Miami is holding the 7th seed. Basically, Miami has to win out and they're in. That's going to be tough for Miami. But New England, New York Jets, and Buffalo and Las Vegas are all fighting Miami for that last spot. Hypothetically, Tennessee's also fighting for that spot. Hypothetically. But I'd say they're out. They're trying to win the division against Jacksonville.
That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
That's the fun part.
Brady gonna throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline.
Then we flip to the NFC real quick.
And it's going to bring up 4th down.
That might be
Philly's
the 3rd down
in the
stop that they
one
needed
seed right
because they've
now.
had a lot of trouble
Minnesota,
slowing
San
down this
Francisco.
offense in the first half. This might
They're
be
all
their
fighting for that
opportunity
one seed.
to get off the field.
Dallas could still get the one seed, I do believe.
Back deep here, Andre Roberts.
And they're locked in for sure, no worse. No worse than the 5th seed, but then that 5th seed has to go to the winner of the NFC South, though. Which I think they need to do some playoff reform. Since if they're going to expand the playoffs to 7 seeds, I'm also going to say, just because you win your division, let's reseed. I'm fine with division winners automatically getting in. You know, since you're going to have divisions, let's reward them. You win your division, you play the teams twice a year, so let's reward you if you're the best in that group, okay? But I'm not necessarily saying that you should get a home playoff game. I think we should rank them from 1 to 7. The one seed, you get the bye, you get the home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But then you do the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th best teams. And I don't care if that. I don't care if the division winner has a losing record. They get the 7th seed, and so they would have to go to the number 2 seed instead, and then rearrange it like such.
The offense on third down, 0
But
for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5.
It's a little hard to punish a wild card team. It's like, well, you got to go on the road. Dallas is.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that
Dallas is
slow it down
3-3 on the road.
They could get a first down.
And I think their last 2 games are on the road.
Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Because they're 8-1 at home. So yeah. They have 2 more games and they're on the road. They go to. Ooh, that's going to be tough for Dallas.
8 on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Dallas plays the last
it's been a good first
Thursday
half
night
so
game.
far.
And it's at Tennessee.
Really
And
put
they're
them in
at Washington.
And it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate?
But anyways, going back to Tennessee playoff picture right now. It's the Phillies at the 1 seed, Minnesota, San Francisco, 12-3, 11-4 respectively. Tampa Bay, no one's won the South, they're staying in the 4th seed.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he'll
Like
be taken
7-8.
down right around the
Dallas
34
is
after a
clinched
pickup
a
of
playoff
only a
spot
yard.
at 11-4. They're sitting with the first wild card spot. They would go to Tampa Bay if the season ended now. But then the New York Giants and Washington, they're on the inside track. So all they got to do is win out, and they're in.
Only got a yard. Here's
They're
2nd and 9.
8-6-1 and 7-7-1 respectively. But Seattle,
They'll run it again
Detroit,
with Fournette.
Green Bay
And he's
are
going
all
to be met at the
nibbling
line of scrimmage and taken
New York
down.
and Washington's
No
toes.
gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first
Carolina
half.
wins
I don't
out.
think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here
Carolina
to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Green Bay,
is Brady on
Green Bay
3rd
and Detroit
down.
can't lose out.
He's got him in.
I'm making this more
He's going to be out
confusing and
of
difficult
bounds
right now.
before he takes it inside the 40.
Anyways, Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay, they're chasing New York and Washington. Carolina, New Orleans, they're chasing Tampa Bay. Plain and simple. And if the playoffs were today, Buffalo would have a bye. Miami would go to Kansas City. LA Chargers would go to Cincinnati. And Baltimore would go to Jacksonville.
And the football right on the money.
On the side, Philly would have to bye. Washington would go to Minnesota. And the Giants would go to San Francisco. And Dallas would go to Tampa Bay. All 4 teams from the NFC East would make the playoffs.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the
How about
40
that?
now for 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. He completes it right side of the lane. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady.
Well, see, Tampa Bay just have no way. And Carolina has their own, they have a interim head coach. They are the ones that they first fired. They're the ones that fired their coach first. And it was Indianapolis, and now it's just Denver. Denver fired their coach. And it's like, dude, the day after Christmas, you fire your head coach. And, I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, he lost, Nathaniel Hackett lost his job, but he still gets paid for the next 3 years.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered, they still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Brady.
Oh, wide open.
That is caught inside the 5. And the Bucs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead. And part of that can be attributed to their success on third downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this first and goal.
Brady now to throw. Touchdown! Tom Brady, his third touchdown pass in his first half. And the Buccaneers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point try now for Suckham. And it is now 21-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. And the Panthers coming out now. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Forced out to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run with Foreman. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here on these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. This offense on third down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Darnold down to throw.
Hits his man.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to
Carolina's
get the
not out of this yet. I mean, I think Tampa Bay got the ball to start the first half, so they make some plays, get a touchdown on this drive. They could
and they get one here in the passing game.
Stay alive, you know.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
You know, as soon as I open my mouth, you just go backwards.
Darnold. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
These guys have punted 4 times already.
Big third down.
In a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Darnold.
Oh, makes the catch.
That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. To the air again, Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Ooh, no way. This is a big.
Yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Darnold. His throw incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Darnold.
Yeah, he gets chased out of the pocket as a play.
And he'll just get rid of it. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. Also a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do come up with their first points of the game, but Charles, the question is going to shift to their defense.
Yeah, the way things have gone, 3 points could become insignificant fast if this grows to 28-3 or 35-3. They need this defense to come up with a stop, and they need to do it now.
So with about 3:10 left in the first half, Tampa Bay still has a commanding 21-3 lead. But if Carolina's defense can lock down, they can turn this thing around.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Brady. Sideline throw, it's complete.
And that's probably one of the last plays of the first. Before a 2-minute run.
That time. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice.
Big
toe tapping, foot dragging,
Carolina will probably see
sure
some timeouts. Big 3rd down 3 right here. They still have all 3
timeouts. The Panthers
timeouts.
turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. To throw,
and
Brady.
Nope. Of course, they give up the 1st down.
And he's going to have a box 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady.
Oh, that should have been.
Over the middle,
and we'll get a timeout from Carolina. Yep. So they'll have a little under a minute.
10, he got 9. 4th down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this 1st half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw complete there to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
To throw again on 2nd down, Darnold.
Oh, they're going to be pass interference. I mean, it's been an interesting season for Carolina. You know, you fire your head coach like by week 5.
Trying to defend the out route there. Got the PI call.
And you know it's difficult
You trade away your best
sometimes
player,
you want to make the undercut move and go
and
for the
you
football.
still have a
And
chance
other
to
times
win
you
the
just wanna
division.
hang on the upfield shoulder and make
You
the
know,
tackle. I think he got caught in
it's
between
crazy and
created a foul.
incredible.
Play action. It's Darnold.
Look at all that time, but nobody open.
He's going to look deep for more.
Oh.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold.
Oh, there you go. You get the first down. You have to use timeout.
It's more. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second
I mean,
quarter.
they get field goal range and another field goal. They wouldn't be so bad before halftime, especially if they get the ball in the second half right away.
Darnold on first down. And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
That's field goal range.
That one goes for 24
They're not going to
yards.
get to spike the ball. They're going to have to burn their last. Yep, last.
Now a timeout
But
signal
do
for.
that.
They'll
Wait.
get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Wait for like 5 seconds, and then call it, and then kick it, and then let the time run out for the half. You know. But no, they don't want to do that. It'd be silly. So silly.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Pinheiro is good.
No,
and that'll get the
still 6
deficit down to
seconds.
15. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line.
3 seconds left. Let's see what they do.
So time perhaps for one
Yeah,
final
take a
kneel
knee
down
and head
before they
to-
take this lead to the locker
Head to
room.
half.
All that remains is to snap this
So
one.
down by
that'll do it
15
for the
at the
first
half.
of play.
Why would Carolina use their last timeout? Okay,
So
yeah.
we've hit
They use their
halftime
last
here
timeout,
in
but just
Tampa with the
that
Bucs out in
delay.
front. As
Like,
we
come on.
toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Carolina. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Oh, my mistake. So Tampa Bay gets the ball right away in the second half. Okay, but still.
The Bucs Giants with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Fournette. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. He's got Otten, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Here's White. They set up the screen. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed in the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a give to Fournette. And he gets it down to the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd down and 4, Brady. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Throwing now is Brady. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 16. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. He finds his target, it's Evans. And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The partner, he has carried them in this ball game, throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Extra point up and good by Succa. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to
Carolina has
score
a lot to do here.
while they're holding up the ball carrier can get in there and rake it in.
Not yet,
They need to get some
but the
takeaways
defense
as
needs
well.
to get locked down more or less.
Out of the shotgun, here's
There's
Darnold.
a flag, probably catching a
Complete,
catch.
but a penalty flag is down in the backfield.
Holding.
Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. It'll be a 20-yard gain on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Foreman. And space tough to come by there. So you get maybe a yard to the 37.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Darnold now to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He completes it to Evans. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Carolina can't do anything.
They defer to White out of the shotgun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They had 3 yards on first down, just
some
1
other.
yard there.
Oh, there was a. I don't know. I don't know who the coach was, but there was a coach for the New York Jets who got suspended for a year for gambling. And it's like, did you not hear or see what happened to
throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he'll be taken
Ridley?
down, but he does have first down yardage.
I forget the.
That's good for 9 yards as they convert on
Was
the
it
3rd
Ridley?
down play.
Kelvin?
I'm not sure that was necessary.
Yeah, Kelvin Ridley. He didn't bet on his own team, but he was suspended for a year, at least a year, from the league. He got traded to Jacksonville during the draft or something like that. But you know, didn't you see or hear what happened to him? And you know, even if
carry.
I don't know.
It's a 6-yard
how do I feel about that? If you're a coach in a sport, you should not. Yes, you shouldn't be betting on your sport. Now, if it's a different sport, I think I'm a little more in favor of it because you can't influence that technically.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he'll get that to Fournette complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
A I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Brady. On the left side, catch by White.
I know it's a blowout right now in this game, but I feel like it's going to be a much closer game. It's like last week when we did the simulation for the Raiders and Steelers. The Raiders were just dominating over the Steelers.
They become just as critical to the passing attack.
I feel it's going to be the other way around. I feel like it's going to be the most close game. Tampa Bay
can really generate big
I only have
plays
to
for
look.
offense.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Tampa Bay really hasn't blown anyone out that good.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the score.
They are 7-8. They got 2 games left. This is how their season went. They started at Dallas, and they won 19-3. Okay, that I would consider. They won by 16. That's 2 scores.
Now a play fake. Brady.
Not really a blowout in my mind, but you know they won the game. Then they went to New Orleans. They won 20-10. Okay, 10-point lead. Convincing. Green Bay comes down. You lose by 2. Okay. Then Kansas City comes down. You lose by 10. You go to Atlanta. You host Atlanta. You beat them by 6. Pittsburgh comes down. You lose by 2. You go to Carolina. You lose by 18.
Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Then Baltimore comes down on Thursday night. That was a short week. I remember that. You lose by 5. Then you beat the Rams by 3.
Well, that's the
You
big
beat
drawback
the
to this
Seahawks by
Even if somehow
5.
the quarterback pitches
The
it,
Browns
he's not
beat you
immune
in
to the big hit.
overtime.
In this case,
You
he kept it
barely
and
beat
absorbed
the
it
Saints.
anyway.
You got blown out by the 49ers. You gave one away to Cincinnati. And then you just beat Arizona in overtime. So yeah, the first 2 weeks, kind of sorta. But their biggest margin of victory was week 1 by 16. They haven't really blown anyone out. They've been in most of their games. But Tampa Bay just can't, put that on their way.
He's been a busy man.
Carolina on the other side, they're 6-9.
To extend the lead.
They lose to Cleveland by 2. They lose to New York by 3. Then they beat the Saints. But then they lose to Arizona by 10. You get blown out by the 49ers, and I think that was the game that must have been, I think, had been it. And that rule had been fired after, if anything.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line.
You lose to the Rams, then you beat Tampa Bay, you get your second win of the season. But then right away you lose in overtime against Atlanta. Then you get blown out by Mixon, Joe Mixon in Cincinnati. But then you beat Atlanta, I think that was a Thursday night game. You lose to Baltimore, you beat the Broncos, you beat Seattle, you lose to Pittsburgh, then you demolish the Lions. So it's been win, lose, win, lose, something like that.
Every game being a one-score
So they won this past week. They lost. They won.
Let's just say it's been
They
unusual.
won. Oh, they had 2 games.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that
there's
is
no pattern whatsoever.
get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a
But
chance to settle down.
they're still in this up. They get a win here. Oh, Sam Darnold. I mean, this is just typical Madden right now. Madden knows Tampa Bay statistically should be the better team. Okay? And they know Carolina is the worst team.
Right? Nothing crazy.
But
just find a way to pick up the first down.
Since,
A nice run right there.
This ain't real. I can see Tampa Bay getting the win, but I can't see them blowing out Carolina. Carolina's going to hang in there. We'll be getting to looking at week 17 in a minute, our last Thursday night game. Everything else on Sunday and the last Monday night game of the season. Carolina, though, is 1-5 on the road. Tampa Bay is 50-50, 4-4 at home.
They lead big, and a major part
So,
of that
gotta
has
keep
been
that in mind.
taking their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the
We'll
break,
see.
and you can add another incompletion to the total number.
We'll see how Carolina does on this drive, and we'll hop into the.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Looking for Marshall, but it's
No,
intercepted. It's Devin White, the
he's
linebacker.
gone.
Past the 20.
Okay, let's take a look at the games coming up for this week. Recap of last week. I did not do so good. I went 9-7.
With this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things.
Yep, 9-7. Overall, I'm 131, 107, and 1 technically, of course. 55% accuracy. We got 2 weeks left of the regular season. Let's see how we do. I mean, that's a winning record, right? So Thursday night football, we got Dallas at Tennessee. Ooh. Sunday early games, we got Arizona at Atlanta, Chicago at Detroit, Denver at Kansas City, Miami at New England, Indianapolis at New York Giants, New Orleans at Philadelphia, Carolina at Tampa Bay, Cleveland at Washington, Jacksonville at Houston. Late games, the old Bay rivalry, San Francisco versus Las Vegas. Well, it used to be a AFC-NFC rivalry that they had to ban in the preseason because there was too much violence. Now, I don't know if they've gone back to that.
So they'll get another shot.
New York Jets at Seattle, Minnesota at Green Bay,
Take it in at the 3.
LA Rams at LA Chargers. Man, who has home field advantage? The Chargers still don't have anyone show up. Sunday night football. I forget who they switched around. I might try to look that up real quick. They switched around. But now Pittsburgh at Baltimore is on Sunday night. A little interesting, especially with their records. And Monday night football, Buffalo at Cincinnati. Let's see if I can find who they flexed. I know they flexed.
Darnold and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 here at their own 21. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Week 17, Pittsburgh and Baltimore was originally scheduled for 1 p.m. Oh.
Back to throw, Darnold.
1 p.m. Eastern on CBS was flexed into Sunday night, replacing the original schedule LA Rams versus LA Chargers game, which has been moved to 4:25 p.m. Eastern time on CBS. So, for like 3 times in 5 weeks, the Chargers were on Sunday Night Football. They even got flexed in, I think twice, and now they got flexed out.
That was totally a blown coverage.
But yeah, you want your top games, but then okay. Oh, Week 18, all games during the final week of the regular season will initially be listed TBD instead of having tentative start times on Sunday afternoon, either at 1 p.m. or 4:25 p.m. Eastern, like previous season. 2 games with playoff implications will be moved to Saturday, January 7th at 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m., and 8:15 p.m. Eastern, both airing on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN Plus. The third game with playoff implications will be moved to NBC Sunday night at 8:20. The rest will be scheduled at 6. I'm not looking for that because that means my Packers and Detroit, they could be moved to one of those 2 games. There's a lot of games for Week 18 that could be moved to those 3 spots. Tennessee, Jacksonville, they play Week 18. Green Bay, Detroit, they play Week 18. Cincinnati, Baltimore have playoff implications. But anyways, let's go through. Let's see who these things go win. Last Thursday night game, Dallas at Tennessee. I gotta go with them boys. Them boys get that win. They knocked it a little closer, getting that one East title, a home playoff game, and potentially to get the 1 seed. But yes, I think them boys, Tennessee is washed up. They're beat up. They don't have Tannehill for the rest of the season. So Arizona and Atlanta. This is tough. This is going to be a hard one to watch potentially. Arizona, Atlanta, or give me the home team, give me Atlanta. That's all I'm going to say. Chicago at Detroit. Coin flip, to be honest. Coin flip. You're in a dome. Wet, neutral weather. And here's the thing. The NFC North, they are playing each other this week and next. The Bears play the Lions, Packers play the Vikings, and next week the Vikings play the Bears and Packers play the Lions. So, I mean, it would help Green Bay if Chicago goes into Detroit and beats them. But I don't think that's going to happen. But we did see record rushing yards against Detroit. And this is Detroit's last home game of the regular season. If Justin Fields has his way, he could be running all over the North City Lions. But I'm going with the home team. I think the Lions are the better team. Give me Detroit. They beat Chicago. Denver, Kansas City. Yes, Denver just fired their head coach. They have nothing to play for. Kansas City has everything to play for. So this could easily be a trap. But it is in Kansas City. They'll be down 1 super fan. Because robbing banks is not the answer to fuel your income to be a super fan. Kansas City, I'm almost certain they'll get the win against Denver at home at noon. Give me Kansas City.
On second down,
Miami at New England. Miami potentially won't have Tua because he's entered concussion protocols. which means Tyrone Taylor, Teddy Bridgewater, Teddy Two Gloves will be the starter. Unless said otherwise. Big playoff implications on the line there.
That's a positive play for the offense.
They'll be playing in New England. Tua, if he does get the start, has never won a game when kickoff temperatures are below 50 degrees at kickoff. Well, temperatures up with that on Christmas, below 50. It was like 46 or something in Miami. Chilly Willy. And they lost. They're going to be in New England with Mac Jones, who plays dirty. But I have to go with the home team in New England, Miami. They're positive. You know, look at us. We start the season off great, and then we just tumble down the track.
This game continues.
First down, here's White.
Give me New England. They're the home team. They'll get revenge on the Dolphins.
And that was a quality play to
Move
start
on.
who set it down. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way.
Indianapolis at the New York Giants.
A nice lane to hit.
I have no idea how the Colts could win this game. We blew the biggest lead ever in NFL history. 33-0 at half.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's
Inside against the frauds known as the Minnesota Vikings. And then you just got spanked at home against LA Chargers. So why I would like to see the New York Giants lose their last 2 games, but them playing against the Colts, I don't see that happening.
In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes.
So I gotta go with the Giants here. New Orleans at Philly, similar to Miami and New England. New Orleans, they play in the Dome. They're in the South. Now they have to go up north. They play with the Eagles in bad weather, potentially cold or bad weather.
You and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one.
Philly probably again will be without Jalen Hurts, but Gardner Minshew, he did all right against Dallas.
Exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score.
I'm going with Philly.
Not getting it.
Give me Philly. Give me Philly. Gardner Minshew mania will run wild on New Orleans. Even though New Orleans went into Cleveland and beat them 17-10, but Cleveland is not Philly. This game right now, Carolina at Tampa Bay, it's not going to be 42-6. It's not going to be a blowout. 12-6 maybe. And you know what? I'm going with the upset. I'm going with Carolina. They got to some extent they got nothing to play for. But they ran wild all over Detroit. Tampa Bay, Carolina, yes, they can still make the playoffs. They can still win the South. But Tampa Bay, they're like, you just got to win one of the last two. You just got to win one of the last two.
But they blanketed the field the entire game.
But you know what? I think Carolina will go into Tampa Bay and pull off the upset. Division game. You never know what happens in divisional games. Look at that. Now he decides to run with it.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
This one's a tricky one.
Losing a full 9 yards here on the sack.
Okay. Cleveland at Washington. Here's another thing. Green Bay needs Washington to lose at least one game. Or they need New York Giants to lose both of their games. And I can see Washington losing at least one of their games. But hosting Cleveland, it might happen. It's just these two teams are so even on horribleness, terribleness. It's hard to tell who's going over and who's going to lose.
If the offense wants to score some points in this
You know,
one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
There's flashes that Cleveland could win. There's flashes that Washington could win. But I need Washington to lose, so I'm going with
for
Cleveland.
Darnold, it's desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn
Jacksonville
it
at Houston.
The Panthers turned away on
Can
4th
Houston
down.
play spoiler?
Bucs are going to take over with
Well, it won't
excellent
matter
field position to boot.
if they
So
did.
they've gone for it twice now
If
on
Houston would
4th down
beat
in this
Jacksonville,
game, and
it
both
still would
times
come down to
unsuccessful.
Jacksonville
I
and
wish we could
Tennessee.
hear the
Winner
head
gets
sense
in,
now
wins
between
the
the head
South.
coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might
And
say,
host
hey,
their
you
own
got
playoff
anything
team.
for
How
this?
ridiculous is that?
Might get radio silence
I don't
back.
like that anymore. But I don't think so. Jacksonville's been playing pretty well. Houston actually has been playing just as well. They actually beat Tennessee. In Tennessee. That game was postponed an hour because there was
From the
blackouts.
32
And the mayor
now. Here's
begged the
1st and
NFL
10.
that please push the game back some so we can save fuel and electricity and stuff. And so they did. They listened. Okay, we'll push it back an hour.
Up the gut for
And that's
him.
probably why Tennessee
They
lost.
find some open field here. And he's into the
But
end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Indoors in Houston, I think Jacksonville can get the win. Give me Jacksonville.
And the Buccaneers add another 6 points.
San Francisco versus Las Vegas.
When coaches come
The
into the
Raiders.
game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is
Losing.
the type of football game that they're dreaming of.
Playoff hopes still alive. They need to win out
They
and
were
somehow.
clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with
49ers, bounce back here.
and you go back
Yes,
to the drives,
they got in the
you get a
playoffs
scene
last
of one
year. I
score,
think they were the
something
7th.
different
No, they were the
this
6th seed
game.
last year.
Safe to say, we
They
have been
beat
disappointed
Dallas
watching
because
their execution
Dallas
throughout this
is
contest.
Dallas. They beat Green Bay
Extra
because
point
Green
put through
Bay
by
is
Succo.
Green
And this
Bay.
one was over
But then they
a while
lost
ago as they just
to
add on to that big lead.
the Rams, then the Rams went on to win the Super Bowl. But the 49ers have a good record against the Rams in the regular season. But Raiders, they're at home. They could pull up an upset, but I don't think so. Josh Jacobs might just called in. He wants out. I think he's glad they didn't re-sign him. He can't wait to leave the team. Devontae Adams, I'm sure he's
The
just
Bucs
happy.
ready for the
He's playing for
kickoff.
his
And
home,
here we go. It's in the air.
his favorite team growing up, the team across the
Fielded
bay.
just outside the goal line.
He doesn't care if
And it's a pretty
he
good
got
return
paid.
here,
He
so
doesn't care if he
get
wins
this up to the
championships. He's playing with his
29.
best friend
Here's
and
the
the team
Carolina
that
offense
he
as they
rooted
get
for
ready
growing
to
up.
take over
He's
here.
happy. So
Charles,
give me
we
San
know that
Francisco.
this
San
offense
Francisco
is
beats
aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for
the
it on
Raiders.
4th
That's the
down,
first
didn't
late
get it.
game.
Then
Next
they give up the
late game,
touchdown.
we
So
got
now you
New
feel
York
like
Jets
they
at
really need to
Seattle.
respond here.
They certainly do, but
It's
let's face it,
just as
sometimes
bad
when you
as
take that
as
risk,
Cleveland
you
and
understand
Washington.
if you fail,
Okay,
a
both
little
teams
more
could
bonus
easily
goes
win.
back on your ball club
Pull it
to
out,
try and pick
but I'll go with the
themselves
home
back
team
up.
here. Give me Seattle.
Darnold and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10
Seattle
here.
keeping their playoff
Just
hopes
shy of
alive.
the 30.
But that's the thing. Seattle can win out. Green Bay can win
Marshall,
out.
that's complete. And they get him down
Washington
before
loses
he
the game.
takes it
Green
across
Bay
the
gets it.
40-yard line.
They'll have
First play of the
a
drive
better
going for 14
conference
and a
record than
first
Seattle.
down. Now this is certainly one of the bigger losses
Green
that
Bay
we are
hosting
going to see for
Minnesota.
quite some time. And
I
you
know
have
I
to
said
think at
several
this
weeks
point,
ago
here
that I
in
would
the
never
fourth
pick
quarter,
Green
how
Bay to win
wide
again.
this
But they got
advantage is.
momentum. They are
For this
healthy.
offense,
Yes.
they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then
This is
get the heck
redemption
out of
for
here.
week one.
this had
They're
been a
going to turn this thing around. They're going to take on Minnesota. What does Minnesota really have to play for? They don't have the tiebreaker against Dallas. They don't have the tiebreaker against
Well, the trials
Philly.
and tribulations of being a
And they don't have the
quarterback in this
tiebreaker
league, it's tough. It's
against
gotta be wearing
San
on him out
Francisco.
there.
Well, he has been sacked a
So,
number of times. He had an interception. So I'm gonna
They
give
don't
him a
own
skosh
any of those
credit
tiebreakers.
for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
The
Despite the amount of
best
pressure
they
he's been under this
if
entire game.
San Francisco, Dallas, and Philly all lose out, and Minnesota wins out, yes, they'll get the 1 seed.
spots here this afternoon.
But it's highly
As you
unlikely.
pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's
The
not been
frauds
issue.
of the
But
North
teammates,
and of
other
the
guys,
NFC,
they've been
they're
shut
coming into
down.
Lambeau.
That's why the
It's a
defensive
new
guys have to
year.
get
It's a
pretty
new
good, even though
day.
he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped up
Give me,
with that
I'm
last
going with the
catch.
Packers because I can't pick Minnesota against my team.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Coverage you'd expect to see in a tie
Because
game.
anytime like I start cheering for
Inside a game like this,
my
they
opponents,
are
I get vomit in my mouth and I have to throw up. That's what it feels like. But give me the Packers. It's going to be a nail biter. It's going to be a thriller. And there's a reason why it's at 3:25 Central on CBS for some reason.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here.
LA Rams versus LA Chargers.
They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Battle of
So
LA
come the
Chargers.
Bucs now.
But hey, Baker Mayfield, he's won 2 in a row at home.
They
But
are
he is technically
deserving as they
the
start
road
another
team,
series
so
to be
who
leading by
knows.
this much with so much time
But
left to
I
play
think
in
the
the
Chargers
fourth.
will get it done. I'd be really impressed if
Really
the
been
Rams
impressive
get the
to
win.
watch.
It has been. and
Chargers
you have to
really,
think to
they're not really
yourself,
playing for anything. Maybe
preparation that went
fifth,
into this,
6 or
but
7 seed
absolute
technically.
focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind
And
of a
it'd be
result.
either they play
This is Super
the
Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel
either
awfully
the
good
North or the
about what
South.
they put out there today.
A first down.
Sunday Night Football,
about
Pittsburgh.
3, 2nd and 7
You know
coming
what?
up.
Pittsburgh, Baltimore. Baltimore still has a lot to play for. So if Lamar Jackson's in there and healthy, I lean towards Baltimore. But since Mike Tomlin's
3
never had a
yards on
losing
that
season,
last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
and he's 2 wins away from keeping that streak alive. I know they're in Baltimore.
They'll run it
They
again
lost to
with
Baltimore early in the season,
Yeah,
but
this
it's
will be a
okay.
gain of 5
They're
as he
going to
gets
get
into the
redemption
30.
in Baltimore on Sunday night. Mike Tomlin, he's going
Your
to
starting running back finishes the
end up
game
8-8.
with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch.
Give me
He'll take that
Pittsburgh.
every single time.
Last but not least, Monday Night Football, Buffalo at Cincinnati. A lot's on the line here.
Needing only
First,
2 yards
number
to
1
gain
seed
the
on the
first
line.
here.
This is going to be a real test.
They'll try and
If
run
Buffalo
forward with
wants
Fournette.
wants the bag,
He's taken down at the
you know,
36.
this is a potential AFC championship game.
Yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And this could have been the AFC championship game last year. Buffalo, Cincinnati. But Buffalo loses the coin toss, changes overtime rules because, you know, it's Buffalo. Not like Green Bay. Green Bay doesn't get to affect overtime rules at all. But anyways, I got yours. Give me Buffalo. Buffalo goes into Cincinnati. Final Monday night of the season. First of the new year. Give me Buffalo. I think Buffalo needs to prove what they need to go into Cincinnati and win to show why they can win the AFC.
They'll try
And
and run
lock
some
up
clock
that
with
number
Fournette.
1 seed.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
There we go. Then we got what? We got 3:26 left. Tampa Bay is on the drive.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Leonard Fournette.
Oh, look.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 128 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move.
As long as Carolina doesn't use their timeout.
Tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
One more play will take us down to a 2-minute warning.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front,
just going to quickly look at Week 18 schedule. Week 18. I know we're only Week 17.
Held their spot and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2-minute warning.
Just 2 minutes
So
remaining
Week
here in
18,
the 4th quarter of what has been a
if
one-sided
anything could be
affair.
moved to Saturday, I hope not. I just like it when everything's on Sunday.
So it's
That's the
Buccaneer
best part
football as
that
we
they
welcome
did.
you back.
Is have everything
They've
on
got a
Sunday.
second down
Last
now as they
game,
look to
last
salt
week of
this
the
one
season,
away.
everything's
On
on
the
the
run,
same
it's
day.
Fournette. And some room to
There,
run.
all they gotta do is take
And he
these.
goes down, but
But
not before getting his inside
Tennessee at
20.
Jacksonville, that has playoff implications. Dallas at Washington, playoff
No
implications.
doubt those are the types of carries they're looking
Rams
for,
at
Charles.
Seahawks,
In the 4th quarter,
kinda.
this is when coaches that have a reliable
But at the
running
moment,
game
no,
will
not
breathe
really.
a little easier on the sideline.
Eagles and Giants has playoff implications. Jets, Dolphins, potentially. Ravens, Baltimore, Cincinnati, yes.
Just eat up that clock.
And Green Bay, Detroit, yes. That's like 5 or 6 games that have playoff implications when it comes to making the playoffs. I'm not sure about seeding
He's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
So, I'll tell you this for sure. I'm leaning towards Tennessee Jacksonville, especially if the winner wins the South. That's the game I will simulate next week.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2
Cincinnati and Baltimore, I might. Highly unlikely. And then Detroit and Green Bay, those are my 3 that I'm leaning on.
Second and a yard. Here's a give to Fournette.
And that will do it. Like I said before, and I'll say again, I can see Tampa Bay win, but just not by 43 points. I would be surprised if they scored 43 points total in this game.
As you noted, where the first down marker was, and making sure they didn't get there.
But there you have it.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over.
Ugly.
And you
That's all I gotta say.
they did not want to slow down anything. Absolute dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
But there you have it. Madden says Tampa Bay is going to blow out the Panthers. They'll win the South this weekend with ease. But I don't know. I said I can see Tampa Bay winning, but not by 43. Carolina, I think, will give it its all, and it's going to be a close game. I like Carolina getting the surprise win, so it comes down to Week 18 who wins the South. So until then, have a happy New Year's, all that, enjoy, and hopefully the new year brings some happiness. I don't know. Anyways, adios, muchachos.